Hi friends, today I'm going to make a DIY sweater dress with this fabric which I showed you in the previous video. I'm using an old bodycon type dress that I had to cut out the front and back parts. It's just the two pieces plus two sleeves and a collar piece for the turtleneck part. Of course, at this point, I didn't decide to make it a turtleneck part. I'm just leaving about 1 centimeter around the entire pattern for seam allowance, and this here is the neck part. It's curling up on one side, but I left it be because I figured I would cut it properly right before I stitch. And this here are the two pieces for the sleeves. The great thing about this fabric is, well, the not so great thing is that it's stretchy, and the great thing is that it kind of just blended right in. You couldn't even see the thread after. So first I'm going to stitch the wrong sides together at the shoulders, the top part of the dress. I always pin it down. Remember, I haven't sewn in about 8 years. This is the first project I'm doing since about 8 years ago. So I pin everything down, and then I measure 1 centimeter and stitch down that for both of them. And you see those little marks on your sewing machine. You can use those marks as the guide for your seam allowance. After this, I'm going to pin down the the right sides together, and sew the dress, the bodice part, from the armpit hole down to where I made the notches, or I'm going to actually make the notches right now because I wanted to leave like two slits down the sides, not really high ones, just long enough so that I'm not struggling to walk. And so you could see here that I'm just putting 2 notches over here, right at that section there. And then I sew down the side up to that point only. Of course, I always pin the sides down before I start sewing. So again, you line the sides, put the pins in, and then sew. Always make sure that the fabric that you're using to cut out the pattern and the fabric that you're using to sew are either similar in stretchiness, or that the one you're going to use to sew is stretchier. That way you won't end up with something that's too tight. Now this is the bottom part of the dress, one corner, and I just fold it into a triangle, and then I sew a certain section of it. I hope it makes sense. I think I deleted the actual footage of me sewing that part. Don't mind my desk, it's a little bit scratched up. It's my sewing desk. Yeah, so that part got missed. And now I'm going to sew the sides, or the bottom part of the sleeves, down. So I'm going to pin it together and sew it down. So now, while keeping the dress still inside out, you just attach the sleeves into the armholes. You have to pin the sleeves through the armholes, right sides facing together, 1 pin at the top and then 1 pin at the bottom of the armhole. And at that section, I kind of cut the previous seam allowance down a little bit to reduce the bunching. And then on the sides, I put some more pins, and then I sewed it together. And of course, there's no footage of me actually sewing it, but that's what I did. Make sure to leave the seam allowance when you do sew, and take this part really slowly, especially because it's a stretchy fabric. It can really cause some bunching. So that's the final outcome. This is the dress. I need to press it on the sleeves a little bit. It's a little bit creased, but so this is what it looks like. There's the 2 sides there with the slits. It's not like high slits, but it's slits at the place where I need the ability to walk properly. And I just added a little black belt in the middle to kind of give it a little cinching. I will probably wear this with a blazer and some high boots, or I don't know, we'll see. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more, and thank you for watching.